Now we're going to clean this up with carburetor spray. We might as well put a new seat in too. There it is. This is an actual Tecumseh tool. What is it? 670377. It's just kind of like a real fancy crochet hook, right? So this reaches down inside there like that and pulls out the seat, hopefully. Look at that, there it is. And it's still rubbery. Now before I spray a bunch of stuff in there, he said it was running, he had to put the choke on, which means it's not getting enough fuel. Okay, let's get her cleaned up. I gotta get some gloves on. I'll be right back. Okay, tubes, I hope I didn't miss anything, but you place the seat onto the end of this with the rough side down, and you just press it in like that. I don't know if I got that on video or not. Then you take your float and needle and you lay it in like that, and then the pin aligns everything up. Like that. The O-ring is on, the cap goes on. I'm not used to having everything yellow like this. The cap goes on with the hinge right above the hinge. And the power jet has a new washer right there. You see that? Behind the rubber washer, behind the brass washer. And these are both 630730 washers. And then with a new seal, we just screw that in like that. And then last but not least, the idle jet goes in the side with the same 630730 washer on that side. Everything's clean now, right? And it goes into one turn out. And it was 3 turns out. It's almost like somebody was adjusting this to get some more fuel. Half one, and then this one is 1.5 to start. So that's tight there. Half one, 1.5. And we've got a new washer for the intake because that's been damaged, so we'll scrape all this off before we stick it on. But I'm done for the day. I've got to get ready. We're having company for the weekend. Family from 12-hour drive away. So that's fun. So I'll talk to you later, guys. Okay, tubes, Bruce here. Well, it's the next day and we're continuing on with the John Deere rototiller with the Tecumseh motor, and I'm just cutting up a gasket. It's not a wet gasket, as I would call it. This is the air filter housing, and this is the choke on the carburetor. And it's, when I took the old one apart, naturally it broke. It's 40 years old, right? So I just cut a new one. This is my first attempt. Usually I end up cutting two, but this one might work. So I just took this gasket, traced it out half, and then did the other half the same, right? Flipped it, bing, like that and that. Cut the outline out, and then I just have a good quality hole punch that I punched the holes for the screws. It's not a pressure gasket, it's just gonna hold back a seal for the air filter. So it'll be fine. Okay guys, I am just cleaning off the crap left from this exhaust manifold here. I'm just being careful, I'm not going hard or anything. That's it. You don't want to damage anything, right? Okay tubes, now I am installing the carburetor back with the linkage the way it was. And I'm glad I took a picture of it. And I'm just tightening up these two Phillips bolts last, because these bolts that come through this way have to be tightened up from the back here. So let's just put you on the perch so you can see what's going on. And away we go. First I'm going to use smaller screwdrivers, and then we use the bigger one to torque it down. And I don't use gasket glue on any of this stuff. Now I'm going to use the old left-handed crescent wrench again to tighten these up fully. Okay, that's enough of that one. Now this guy is yeah, that's it. Okay guys, I'll just start over. I'm using a screwdriver and a bolt that has a 5/16 thread, just to make sure that everything's tickety-boo here on this thread for the muffler. See that? And when you're doing something like this, only go a turn or two at a time, because it's been years and many heat cycles, eh? Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, I want to make a small gasket for this. I'm going to try the tapping method that I learned from Road King. This piece of paper might not be big enough. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you bet. Good enough, now I can cut that out. Be right back. Okay, I'm just cleaning off this 5/16 muffler bolt. I did the bolt. So now we're going to mount the muffler with our new muffler gasket. I cleaned off the old gasket from this new muffler. Now this is the old muffler and this is the new muffler. Now seeing this makes me wonder if the exhaust valve on this tiller is starting to leak and leak fire into the muffler. But I am just going to continue on with the carb rebuild and the fuel system, because you can just go forever on some of this stuff. And these machines are only used about 3 hours a year. So I'm going to use a little bit of antifreeze on the bolts to allow them to be removed in the future. So there's one. And two. Alright, now I have my homemade gasket, which looks a little ragged, but it's a muffler. Let's put it on. I'm going to use my crescent wrench on the screwdriver trick on these too. Do these one more time. Okay, except for the air filter, we're ready. Alright guys, I got the fuel line connected. I've left a little bit of slack. I'm just going to have a little spark plug. Aha! You can see it's been running lean, eh? It's white on the tips. So it was running rich and then it started to run lean. And that's why he had to put the choke on to make it run. So I'm going to take a picture of this for him, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, how many of you think I can add some fuel to this without spilling it? No, it's spilling out of the neck. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go and get this ready to test. Okay, I'm a little leery because I've never started this machine before. So I'm leaving the air cleaner off so I can adjust the idle and the power screws. This one is set at 1 turn out, this one is set at 1.5 turns out. This is the choke, you can see that there. And I'm a little bit intimidated because when I pull the rope, it wants to creep forward. But I think that's just friction on the belt. I'm taking my time on this one, guys. Let's do this. Ignition. Yeah. Well, that's a good sign. Okay, that's pretty good, considering where it started. Right on, guys, we got it.